LTM is off to a great start this season after beating Viz 3-0 last week and a great showing for Okie and Iron Leaves. This week we turn our attention to Tone and his Miami Palafins, a player I have not played in a very long time. He is looking to get into the win column after a loss to Addison to start his season. A win here doubles the win total we had in BBR, which would be a great confidence booster to start this league. If you are enjoying the LTM and Draft League content in general, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and would really appreciate it if you could help me get there. If you don't know our team yet, our team consists of Crocodile, Uxie, Empoleon, Okie, Terra Iron Leaves, Tauros, Regidrago, Salazzle, Mimikyu, Ampharos, and Klawf. Tone's team is very powerful as well, with some key borderline threats. His team includes Swampert, Moltres, Hatterene, Venomoth, Lycanroc, Hitmonchan, Froslass, Zoroark, Dunsparce, Appleton, and Magneton. His Terra captain is Venomoth, which is one of the Pokemon we forgot about when going through Terra bans. Its ability to Sleep Powder and Quiver Dance consistently is going to be a massive threat to a lot of teams. Fortunately for us, there are not a lot of opportunities for Tone to get this set up during the game. Safety Goggles has been shown to be in my building range last week, and it is difficult for any Terra type to break through this team offensively, making us not particularly weak to this Pokemon in the mid-game. The key dynamic at play here though is the Zoroark, a Pokemon that can disguise into a variety of key threats in this game. This creates a really difficult lead scenario, as combinations such as Froslass disguised as Zoroark can provide a very difficult question for my team to answer. The other main threats on his team include Dunsparce, which can take over with the Coil or Calm mindset in the late game if we're not careful, Moltres, a common switch-in for Pokemon like Mimikyu and even Tauros that can threaten Flame Body burns, and Lycanroc, a Pokemon that can put stress on my defensive counterplay if forced to switch into too many times. The lead this week is Mimikyu, our best way to handle the variety of Zoroark disguise leads that Tone can throw at us. Rocky Helmet allows us to get chip damage on a U-turn, tagging a potential Zoroark early. We are running 176 speed to outspeed all Hitmonchan sets, allowing us to run Adamant Nature for extra damage output. This means we are unable to outspeed Moltres and Venomoth, both of which are Pokemon we're not really planning on attacking with Mimikyu outside of Shadow Sneak. Shadow Sneak and Play Rough allow us to attack the Froslass or Zoroark leads if they stay in, preventing multiple spikes from Froslass or breaking Zoroark's disguise turn 1. Woodhammer gives us coverage for Swampert lead, while Will-O-Wisp gives us a move to pressure a potential coil to Dunsparce that can switch in during the mid-game. Iron Leaves is taking a slightly different role in this game, with the primary goal of breaking in the early game to enable our Tauros and Crocodile in the late game. The game plan is to switch in early on Swampert, using booster energy to boost our attack, and then set up a Swords Dance. This gives us the opportunity to break through a majority of Tone's team by setting up on the Swampert. Terra Electric gives us solid neutral coverage move with Terra Blast, as well as immunity from Dunsparce's Glare. Leaf Blade in close combat round out the coverage, allowing us to hit the majority of his team for super effective damage. There is a slight chance that this might actually be able to pick up most of the Pokemon in the early game, but as I said, most likely this is just going to be to use as a breaker. The aforementioned Tauros is a no-brainer this week, as Tone has limited ways to switch into Life Orb, Sheer Force, Body Slam. Trailblaze gives us a move to kill Swampert after a Body Slam, while Rock Slide gives us a move to kill Moltres, specifically without making contact, as Flame Body is one of the main risks in this matchup with clicking Body Slam consistently. While we initially had Facade as a way to play around Flame Body for Moltres, that was replaced by Close Combat on the final team. This prevents the Dunsparce from being able to set up on Tauros with Coil after it claims a kill with Body Slam. Crocodile is the next Pokemon on our team, giving us an additional win condition with Scale Shot and Moxie in combination. Chople Berry allows us to lift Focus Blast from Zoroark, threatening back with a powerful Earthquake. Stone Edge gives us coverage to hit the Moltres, and Gunk Shot gives us coverage to hit the Appleton. While this set does have endgame win potential, the primary goal is to put pressure with this coverage in the mid-game, enabling Iron Leaves if it is still alive after the early game, and Tauros to clean up at the very end. Empoleon is on the team as a specially defensive wall this week, with the primary goal of neutralizing the Terra Venomoth. Safety Goggles prevents Venomoth from using Sleep Powder to enable setups, with Roar to phase it out if Quiver Dances start to get out of hand. The expectation this week is Terra Ground, to pressure this Empoleon, so we have Surf as a way to attack the Venomoth and kill it with 2 Surfs. Roost allows us to heal back up after managing any mid-game Venomoth sweep attempts, and Flash Cannon gives us additional coverage to pressure Pokemon like Hatterene. We bring our final pick Cloth for the second week in a row. Mimikyu will often invite in the Moltres, which means we need a reliable way to switch into that Pokemon, which Cloth does remarkably. Rocky Helmet means that we punish Moltres U-turn, making it tougher for that Pokemon to switch in regularly. It is also our Stealth Rocker this week, as there are plenty of opportunities for it to come in this game and get Stealth Rocks up. Rock Blast allows us to attack through any substitute Moltres set, as well as any substitute Venomoth. Knockoff gives us a good neutral click into his team, getting key item removal on Swampert, and Crabhammer gives us a bit of additional coverage to hit Lycanroc in a pinch. And that is the team this week. As always, shout out to Kaz for all of the build support and Diet Tight for all the mock support. Let's get right into the battle. Alright, we are in the game against Tone. It has been a long time since I played against Tone. I think the last time I played him was like 2017. And I 6-0'd him with the Yamega. But he has the Scary Bug type this time, where he has Venomoth, which is very, very problematic in this matchup. But one thing to note here that's interesting is that there's no Moltres, which kind of puts away our initial plan of going into this game that you heard about in the team builder. That makes this game, I wouldn't say more difficult, but it gives us a little bit more flexibility to play with. He also has the Magneton, which means he can trap the Empoleon for the Venomoth, which is something we need to be very mindful of as well, because that is kind of, that could be a problem. Now, Venomoth doesn't set up on anything really in this matchup, in the team that we've constructed, but we do have to be mindful of our Empoleon in this situation still. So good luck to Tone. Let me make sure I actually get the rest of the team written down. And let's get into it. Let's see what Tone decides to lead with. Leads with the Frostlass, which is kind of to be expected if Frostlass is coming. The goal, here is obviously just to use Frostlass to get up as many entry hazards as possible. Now, one of the things that was kind of, discussed with this lead is that Frostlass and Zoroark as a combination lead is very, very powerful. In this matchup, what I can do to make sure I guarantee, so Shadow Sneak into Play Rough actually, or Shadow Sneak into Shadow Sneak doesn't guarantee kills. So I have to Play Rough into Shadow Sneak to get this Pokemon. So I'm just going to Play Rough here, see if I can get that, and he is going to reveal Spikes. So he is faster, reveal Spikes, which means that this is certainly the Frostlass, and we should get a Play Rough on it. Perfect. And now this is in range of Shadow Sneak, so we only have one Spike to contest with the rest of the game. I could go for some other click, but I don't think that's really relevant at all. Lead Mimikyu has kind of accomplished a lot already, as he's going to withdraw here. Makes sense. Save this potentially as a sack for later. We're going to Shadow Sneak the Magneton. And that is Magneton. So we know Magneton is now not the... we know Magneton is now not the, what's it called? The Zoroark, or at least he brought it in like that. So we know that this has about like 10%-ish chip on it. The question here is, what does he want to do with this turn? I would like to potentially still save this for later. I expect something like a Volt Switch or a Flash Cannon to come out here. We didn't really have a good switch in for this, to be honest. I'm already kind of, let's say, waffling. Flash Cannon does a lot here. If I bring in my Crocodile, yeah, I don't really have a good switch in to this. I guess I'm just going to try to Willow here and just try to get something on this. This is not a great, solution to this turn, realistically. But it does put some longevity, some damage on this. And I get to see what his initial click is with this Pokemon, which is fine. And I do get to start getting some chip on it over time, which is good. Would have really liked to have him moved up, hit that in that scenario, obviously. But alas, we do not have it. Probably just not a great click at all, because our only real switch into this is... what's it called? The Crocodile. I'd like to preserve this still to have an endgame win condition, but, it is what it is. I think at this point, maybe I do it. One thing I really want to set up here is I do want to set up the Iron Leaves game plan that we had still talked about. That's still kind of like at the high list of priorities to do. The question is, do I actually need this Mimikyu? Does the Mimikyu actually accomplish anything for me at this point? I'm already wasting so much of my time contemplating these decisions that I don't know if necessarily matters. I think I'm just going to sack it off and try to Shadow Sneak for damage. I could see him trying to maybe Volt Switch here to get aggressive, but I mean, obviously this is not doing a lot. But I would like a free switch in on this. And if I trade Mimikyu, I trade Mimikyu for basically Frostlass to be down, and I've traded it to put Magneton in a position where I can't really switch in to anything anymore. It can't even really switch into the Cloth, to be honest. Now, what I can do here, I have a few options of what my switching could be. What I really like here is going into my Tauros, and the reason I like going into Tauros is that this is certainly in range of close combat. And if I go to Swampert, this should be in range of close combat into the, what's it called? Close combat into Trailblaze. So this is a really, really good turn potential here for Tauros to get some big damage on here. I'm just going to click close combat. There's no real reason to predict anything here to get creative. You could be, I guess you could be Choppleberry, but I would expect something like Shookaberry defensive to be more likely in this spot. And he is just going to withdraw. Okay, perfect. So he doesn't have any resist berry that would impact this. And he goes into Mongol, which I'm guessing is Swampert. Yeah, so we're going to get to pick up some good information on this Swampert. That is going to be defensive Swampert. I think almost assuredly here in this spot. So Trailblaze does not kill from this range. Still need a lot more damage there. But I have invited this Pokemon in, and I think what we can do is we can go for our game plan here with the Iron Leaves, and he doesn't really have a lot of ways to combat this realistically. He does have the Frostlass, which can Destiny Bond. That is like a potential option that he has. So I think I'm just going to go and try to click as many buttons as I can and try to pick up some damage here. One thing I don't remember is if the Mimikyu is faster than the Frostlass. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, so I think it should have enough speed, and he is going to flip turn out. So that was another play that he had as an option there, but that means when this comes back in on Tauros, I can't come in on Tauros anymore, which is good. So Tauros is looking really, really good in this endgame. And honestly, so does the, what's it called? The Crocodile. So there's a lot of things going here. Frostlass, we still have to play around Destiny Bond still. So there's still that to contend with, of course. And we are booster attack, and with our Terra, we do lose the booster attack there, which is kind of unfortunate. But I think we still have a lot going on, a lot going good for us in this game. And this is the Frostlass. So Frostlass, I think here is just going to try to Destiny Bond me. I don't think it's any more deep than that, really. I'd like this to me feels like the easiest Destiny Bond of all time. So I think Klawf is pretty free then in that situation to just go into. There's no Moltres, so we can just be like very liberal with our HP on Klawf and not play into kind of a pretty evident Frostlass Destiny Bond turn there. Klawf's showing to be the MVP, honestly, so far this season, and we do see the Destiny Bond come out, so that's huge there. So he has the Destiny Bond again this turn. To do that, the question is can he use this as a turn to get in his Magneton? Because it's pretty difficult for me to just click knockoff here onto the Magneton. I could double into the Magneton. I could double into Tauros. Would be a potential move here to protect against that Magneton. I could also just get up my rocks. The problem is I don't have a good switch into Magneton at this stage, and I do need to preserve, you know, my team as much as I can. I guess on the contrary, if I trade this Pokemon for Frostlass, what does that cost me? Probably not a lot, to be honest. This is already a really, kind of already a lot of like really tough decisions here that I don't. I'm gonna go Tauros, I think. I'm pretty confident that he's gonna stay in and I think try to Destiny Bond me, and then this gives me a speed tie. If he attacks here with an ice move, then I think, you know, that's obviously really good for him. And this is a really aggressive play by me that's punished, as he just goes for the spikes. Okay, perfect. Now this is a speed tie here, likely. The question is did he speed down? And if I trade the Tauros for this, then I don't really feel great about that, but kind of at the end of the day, I kind of do have to make a play. At some point, I do have to start picking up these Pokemon. I do outspeed. Okay, perfect. That's huge. Really, really needed that turn to go right there. We don't know if that's a result of a speed tie winning a speed tie, or if he's sped down from 252, but we'll certainly take that. What I'm guessing at this point is Zoroark is probably either the Venomoth or it's probably Venomoth or Hatterene, and he's trying to take advantage of a situation to get that in. He's gonna bring in Swampert. So Swampert flip turned last time. I can switch on a spikes again. The problem is that like that's about all I can really do is switch it on spikes again. I can just go back into this. He doesn't actually have a really good. If I go into the Iron Leaves, I'm surely going to learn what the Terra is, or I could just elect to take as much damage as possible on this with Trailblaze. I think my win condition at this point is to set up an end game where the Crocodile wins, and I kind of think a flip turn is coming out here. I don't have a great switch in besides the Iron Leaves. The Iron Leaf still does a lot here. And if I can break the combination of both this Swampert... that's a crit, isn't it? Well, alright. Alright, well, hey, look. Tauros decided it wanted to win the game today. We'll take that. I think I like the play still, maybe, of going into Iron Leaves. I'm kind of off the game plan a little bit here, which is why I'm probably making some not great plays. And that certainly wasn't a roll to kill at all. Like, that crit definitely matters here. And I think at this point, what Tone has to do is reveal Zoroark at this point. I don't think there's another play he has besides revealing Zoroark and then going raw Focus Blast. And that one will tell us... I guess he can't even go that unless he's Choice Scarfed. This is a really bad spot. That crit's super bad for him. I mean, look, I guess... Look, I can't complain. I'm getting pretty lucky on that one. In comes the Hatterene. So Hatterene could potentially be some sort of Trick Room nonsense here. Body Slam is not a 2-hit KO on this Pokemon. So if he goes for the Trick Room, I kind of am okay if he goes for the Trick Room, because then he has to kill... If he goes for the Trick Room, he has to kill me. If he is outspeed, we learn that it's Zoroark. And then he has to... You know, I kind of just like Body Slamming here. We've gotten so much value out of this Tauros that I think just clicking what's in front of us is going to be the most beneficial to winning this game. That is a high roll. So that means it probably doesn't have a lot of bulk in it at all, to be honest. So we do lose our Tauros, but we got a lot of damage here on the Hatterene. Now, if I go to Iron Leaves Leaf Blade is killing this. Certainly. What are the calcs against Venomoth? You can't even bring in Venomoth and set up, to be honest. So I think what I want to do is just honestly go into Iron Leaves. I guess I have to remove the Quark Drive because we don't have that. I don't think that ruins this calc here. Yeah, Leaf Blade is still doing a bunch of damage to this Hatterene at this point, and I mean, should certainly kill. So I'm just going to go for the Leaf Blade, pick up this Hatterene here, and then we'll see if Venomoth wants to come in. I could have Terra Electric there. But I don't think I have to right now. I think this gives me an opportunity to maybe bait kind of some other turn. So Magneton could come in Zoroark. I think Zoroark is the most likely to come in at this point. I think you kind of have to go Zoroark because you don't really have any other answer to this, and then you have to paralyze me. You have to paralyze me to win. So we'll see how that goes. If he does go Venomoth, I think I have to go hard into. Hold on. Let me get the Venomoth calcs. What does this thing have? Bug Buzz? Yeah. Oh. Okay, well, that's a Zoroark. That is a Zoroark if I've ever seen one. Okay. So special attack, Modest, Dark Pulse. What is the calc on this? So this, if it's specs, it could be, hold on, let me just calc specs. Well, it can't be Modest specs. Apologies for the dogs in the background. Timid specs has ranges to kill here. But if I just go into... If he's Modest specs, then I learn that, and I just go in and scale shot with the... What's it called? The Crocodile. Any reason to close combat or something else here? I'm just going to Leaf Blade here and go for the Terra. Getting that damage on Magneton was also very useful to make sure we knew that this was Zoroark. So let's see how much this Zoroark is doing to Iron Leaves. This maybe was kind of risky to stay in to sack this, but I don't think this can do anything crazy to me. He just likes to go for the U-turn. He has to switch in to a Leaf Blade now, which is very problematic for him. Because he can, I mean, he can go Venomoth. I'm pretty sure Venomoth just drops to this, to be perfectly honest. So now at this point, what I can do, we know this is Magneton, obviously. The thing is, I can't come in on a spike again and live a Zoroark hit. That's just not something that can happen. And we do have Chople, what's it called, thing in the back here. What are the Magneton calcs? This Zoroark could be a problem still in this late game, to be honest. This might actually... No, but with spit out, I think we should have enough to get this done. I'm just going to close combat and get the kill on this Magneton. And I do have to stay in whatever he brings in here, because with this Pokemon gone, unless I'm a bot, like, I'm such a bot when it comes to stupid disguise mechanic. In comes this. This doesn't change, right? Oh, we just... Oh, it... I don't think that's what he was looking for with this, to just show as the thing. Alright, well, I mean, I'm certainly going to let him have this. I guess what's my solution after? Just Scale Shot? Scale Shot with Chople and then Earthquake? Probably good enough, eh? I'd say. Well, we'll Terra Blast Electric, see what he wants to do. Focus Blast is... Okay, so he's probably Choice Scarf then? What are these specs? No, he has to be... He could be Timid specs here. So let's calc Timid specs. So Scale Shot into Earthquake does kill this. We still have Klawf as backup against the... We still have like two really good Pokemon here against the what's it called? The Venomoth. So I think we have to go for Scale Shot here. Scale Shot will give us the win if we hit it, unless he somehow fucking crits this Focus Blast, which I mean might be deserved, to be honest, considering how this game's gone. All right, let's go for it. Play into the Chople Berry. This should not kill based on the calc that I'm looking at, unless I suck at calcing. We do live. Do we hit the Scale Shot? And we do hit the Scale Shot, so that should be enough here. As long as we hit Stone Edge too. But I think with +1, we get 2 chances to hit the Stone Edge against the Venomoth. So we should pick up a big one here against Tone and his Miami Palafins, I think is what they're called. I mean, he could be... Is he Scarf? There's no way he's Scarf, right? That did, no, that probably did specs damage, I think. I'm just gonna Earthquake. He's scarfed, really? Uh-oh. That's a little unfortunate, I guess. Really? Okay. This is not danger yet. No, because I can go into Empoleon here, and Empoleon's fine. No, because Empoleon... Oh. Should I played around Scarf differently? Should I have just gone into... I probably should have gone to this first. I thought it was specs. Wow. Well, no, hold on. This is Scarf. I know this is Scarf. Cloth lives one. Alright, Cloth lives one. This is dumb. I played this one badly at the end. Just 2 times at the end, just not having the proper focus to win a game. I'm gonna go into this, I think. I think he sets up with... well, I mean, if he misses, then I have a really good chance of winning, but... He hits. I should live this every time. Yeah, alright. Well, I get to kill this now. Oh, the question now is, what do I do against this stupid Venomoth? Because he sleep powders assured. He surely sleep powders, right? I mean, the fact that he's flying makes this like a lot more manageable. Just poor play on my part, honestly, all things considered. Just this whole game. I mean, Bug Buzz just kills this. Oh no, I have Bug Buzz on. Hold on, I'm on the wrong Pokemon. I guess I just surf twice. Does he set up? He does Quiver Dance. Man, this is just not great. This one kind of goes under the list of ones that got away. The problem is now is because he's last Mon. This thing gets Roost, I assume, right? I think I might lose to this last Mon. It has Morning Sun, yeah. So it's Morning Sun flying, bug coverage. Do I have to go hard cloth here? So what is my out? If he quivers again, I go hard cloth. He might just kill and attack this. I think maybe I have to go hard in the Morning Sun turn and hope that that works out. I could Roost up with this. Maybe I should have just gone hard cloth there and tried to play. Problem is he just sleep powders. I'm just going to go hard cloth now. This might be a throw. I don't know. I think this is potentially the out because I think he has to just... I think he quivers here again. Because he what, has Flying, Bug Buzz, and Morning Sun? He has to have Morning Sun as one of his last moves, surely. He tears into a Flying type. So he's just going to Flying Terra Blast me? That's not a 2-hit KO. But if he Bug Buzzes, I kind of just, like, lose. Well, he... It's modest, too. Fuck. Oh, maybe I should have just stayed in with this and just sacked off my Empoleon. Like, that. This probably was, like, a nothing play. Problem is I needed to get this thing in on a turn because it's just, yeah, I think this was a throw play. I don't think this play accomplished anything that I thought it would. And I should have just sacked the Empoleon because this is in range of Rock Blast. I don't know why he would attack there. Wow, I don't know. I thought he would have just set up again. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess with how it played out, that didn't work out, but kind of a frustrating game, really. I think one I could have played better. I think surely. I think I had a good out against the Zoroark, and then that kind of end turn sequence there just didn't work out. I think I just should have stayed in with Empoleon. I probably would have won that game, but I think I tried to overcomplicate it just a little bit there. I should have, knowing his set, I think I should have known that I was overcomplicating things there, and I've just kind of allowed myself to lose a potential winnable game. So unless he's just Terra Blast, Sleep Powder, and Morning Sun, and that's just his set. But unfortunate 1-0 loss to Tone. Terra Venomoth, I guess, showing why it's one of the better Pokemon in this low tier board here. Just, you know, I think poorly played on my side at the end there, but it is what it is. A good game to Tone. Next week we play against Amol, so that'll be a good chance to get back into the win column for sure. But yeah, we'll see everybody then, and as always, have a wonderful day.